boy! Is everybody okay? Glad that you're here. Battle-worn friends? Are we battle-worn? I don't know. That may be a little extreme. We are assaulted a little bit, but, we can handle it. Glad to have you with us today, everybody. Welcome, Risers. Today is Friday. And that seems to make everything a little bit better. And we can only love on the Friday. That's right, Natasha. God bless you. Hey, my name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. Welcome to the program. Taking your phone calls, 850-771-0049. Also, you can text in no pronouns. Hold back the urges. All right? Please, proper nouns. Unless that noun is referred to in your text, please use nouns. For the love of God, help me. All right, kids. I'm glad you're here. We got a lot to talk about today. As always, there's always a lot to talk about. Your forecast today, mix of clouds and sun, high near 89. It's going to be a pretty day today. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low near 72. And then tomorrow, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny and a high near 89. Now, I'm torn. I love the beautiful weather. I got to trim my hedges. Oh, they're out of control. They look like they haven't been touched in years. And usually I do it like once in the spring and once in the fall. No. I did it Mother's Day weekend. Crazy. Absolutely out of control. Yeah. I know. Sorry, Corey. Presently, it is 75 in Milton, 80 Gulf Breeze, 74 in Navarre, and 76 in Pensacola. There you go. There's that. All right. I'm trying to figure out where to start. What's the rain? The bushes? Yeah, of course it's the rain. Yeah. The rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, 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 sun. I got vines going up the side in the front of the house. It looks terrible. I've got to do that tomorrow. And I want to drive around in the Miata, but we'll do what we can. All right. 850-771-0049. Enough of the rain. I've had enough of that. We do have this going on in the Gulf. Well, let me get rid of this thing. We got a couple of things going on in the Gulf. There's a 70% chance of development. A tropical wave, the red one, the one in the red, near the west coast of Africa, is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The wave is expected to move off the coast of Senegal later tonight. Environmental conditions appear to be somewhat conducive for gradual development, and the tropical depression is likely to form over the eastern tropical Atlantic by late Saturday, early Sunday, as it moves westward to northwestward about 15 miles an hour. So the formation chance through 48 hours is a medium 40%, through 5 days, high 70%. Now, that doesn't mean it's coming our way. It could just go right up the Atlantic. We don't know yet. Just something to watch. Now, the other one, tropical wave, the yellow one, is located over central tropical Atlantic, continues to produce a broad area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Conditions are expected to be marginal, conducive for some slow development over the Lesser Antilles by early next week, while the disturbance moves west-northwestward around 10 and 15 miles an hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, near 0%. Formation chance through 5 days, low, about 20%. So there you go. What you do with that is yours. All right, so this is weird. When Dollar General considered building a new store in Walnut Hill earlier this year, the development company ran into a problem with Escambia County zoning. But now the Escambia County Commission is considering a land development code change that would make such development possible in rural areas. Terramore Development had 3 properties under contract at the intersection of Highway 97 and Highway 99A in Walnut Hill next to Ernest Ward Middle School. For a 10,640 square foot building. The property is currently zoned for rural mixed use, which allows commercial buildings up to 6,000 square feet. There's currently no provision whatsoever to grant any exemptions to construct a larger commercial building. Now the BOC is considering an ordinance recommended Escambia County Planning Board that would allow up to 15,000 square feet with a conditional use approval for any business, not just Dollar General. So here's my question. Do we need more Dollar Generals? I'm not against free market at all. I love free market. What happens when these retail yard sales go out? What happens when these tank? It's not an if, it's a when. They are everywhere. They're everywhere. How many do we have in the area? They're everywhere. Do we need more 10,000 square foot buildings for Dollar Generals? And it's just ridiculous. In small communities, these businesses are great, but not in huge quantities, Sharon. Not in huge quantities. I think we got too many Walmarts. I think of Walmarts everywhere. Do we really need Dollar Generals everywhere? You can drive down the street and they're a dime a dozen. I really have a problem with this. Not against free market until it affects your property values. Yeah, I know, I get that. But this is just, these things are my concern is these buildings when Dollar General goes out, which at some point it will. Walmart is woke. Is Dollar General complying with narrative? Yes, I mean, people can decide that, right? I'm just wondering about the sustainability of this. I mean, there's too many Starbucks, too many McDonald's. This falls in that same kind of category. How many do you need? And that's the issue. It's nice to have some amenities. But when it does this kind of stuff, it's ridiculous. Dollar General advertises as a cost savings, but Pecos does it compare the prices? Yes. Oh, absolutely, every time. Sharon says, I may have missed it, but I haven't seen Dollar General go out of business yet. No, I'm not saying they have. I'm saying it will happen. Slippery slope when you don't want certain types of businesses. I didn't say anything about the type of business. Well, I did. I call it a yard sale. That's me. I'm not saying people shouldn't shop there. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is that these things are popping up everywhere, and we're going to have a bunch of empty commercial buildings that are big. I don't think we needed a Dollar General until we got one. Okay, but I understand that, Kim. I get it, but I don't. A mile apart. I just don't. Yeah, that's way too many. Um, okay, whatever. But you're having trouble. You're having trouble staffing. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. What if you want to shop there? Shop there. It gives more 15-year-old boys opportunity to rob them. A 15-year-old has been charged with the armed robbery of a Pine Forest Dollar General on Monday. Logan Alexander Hardy was charged Thursday with armed robbery and 2 counts of aggravated assault using a firearm during the commission of a felony. According to Schebler County Sheriff's Office, Hardy was armed with a gun when walked into the Dollar General in Pine Forest and asked the clerk for $5. Now, again, I understand he's 15. 15-year-olds are not notoriously brilliant. But you're going to pull out a gun and ask for $5? Give me what's in the till. $5. Oh, I don't know. The Dollar General in Schebler cannot keep staff. Right. There you go. I know Publix got robbed in Pace. But you're going to get more money out of a Publix than you are out of a Dollar General at 9:30 on a Monday. It's true. Well, it is sad that people don't want to work. And we'll get to more of that in a minute. So hold on. Why no more Publix? Why no? You don't want more Publix? The Publix are not as plentiful as Dollar Generals. Let's be China product housing. Yeah, well, there's that. I don't know. But if you're 15, maybe his parents didn't teach him the value of $1. You go in and you ask for $5. I've got 4. I've got 3. Here you go. All right, so commissioners on Tuesday will discuss outgoing county administrator Dan Schebler is asking the Board of County Commissioners to terminate his employment agreement August 25th instead of October 11th. Bye. Subsequently, the board will discuss appointing an interim administrator during their August 10th meeting. So why does Schebler want out early? He was given 90 days. So why does he want out early? So speculation ensues. I don't know, Heather. Yeah, going 70s by USA. But everything's been shipped overseas, all manufacturing. So Schebler is going to leave. So why? Why is he out early? That's a good question. Now, being a little facetious here on the screen, on the crawl. Is he taking a Waste Pro board post on a witness protection program? I don't know. Yeah, let the liar leave now. Get him out. I'm just curious because he seems like somebody who would take advantage of the system. You think? Schebler seems like he's a user. He's a user. And he will abuse and use the system to his advantage every daggone time. And that's... So where's he going? So where is he buggering off to? What rock is he crawling under? Back under. And pick his own terms. Yeah. He is. which I think is horrible. Yeah, good riddance to Schebler, but he should have been fired. He should not have been allowed to retire or quit and pick his own terms. They should have fired his ratty backside. Oh, he's going to Escambia County? He absolutely is a user of the system. Absolutely. The worst type of human being around. Yeah. Yeah, he should have been fired. He should have been kicked to the curb a long time ago. But you've got the Board of County Commissioners who are weak. They're weak. Peach, Cole, Wright, Parker, weak. And Rogers says, working hard to pick his own replacement. Yeah, he is. You got no say in this. You're a liar. Dan Schebler, you're a liar. You have no say in it. Well, the people don't, but the people of Santa Rosa didn't want Schebler either. On one hand, good riddance. The sooner he's gone, the better. But boo to the county commissioners for not having a spine, for being jelly. And that's what they are. Sharon says, I'm willing to bet those $500,000 homes will be vacant before the Dollar Generals go out of business. I didn't mean to pick that scab with you, Sharon. Shop Dollar General. Knock yourself out. But, Schebler is, this is an embarrassment to the county. He's an embarrassment to the county. He absolutely lied to your face and was allowed to get away with it. Yeah, that is kind of interesting, Natasha. Wait till he's gone, then send a Escambia County video editing lies. Outlining lies. They've seen it. They know. They know. Everybody knows. I have to, if you Google his name, it's going to come up. That's exactly what it is. Why are we still on Dollar General? But what is his end game? Now you always have to watch the snake or the dog. If the dog's bit you before, chances are it'll bite you again. And I don't know. Okay. I did not go to last night's meeting. I didn't think that I could keep my mouth shut. It was a self-editing kind of thing. And I took myself out of the temptation because I would not have been able to stop myself. What is this? What is any of their end game? Well, I don't know. Jeff says the county should never let themselves get in that position. No, but they did, and they wallowed in it. They rolled in it like a dog in stink. And they didn't, there was no, the people had no recourse. It's about the money. It's always about the money, Renee. Oh, sorry. Now, I was hoping that they were going to stream it, but I couldn't find it anywhere, videotape it. Okay, there we go. Perfect, Denise. And we'll talk about that on Monday. Was anything interesting that popped up? Did anybody do the role of a bitter podcast host? Did anybody do that job? Because I can't imagine that was a friendly crowd. We have a level It's multi-leveled garbage of people, poor quality people. Okay, so Larry's a good guy. Larry let her have it. That's good. But we have low quality people in local government. And that is an issue. Jeff says when administrators feel threatened, they'll start looking for a new job before they're fired. Looks better for him. Well, yeah, but he was never in danger of being fired, Jeff. There was never any danger of Schebler being fired. None. They oh well, we don't believe he lied. And they had gone on. They wrote a letter of reprimand about missing the FDOT deadline and moved on. Yeah. We'll get that as soon as we find that they get that video, we'll take a look at it. No more dog whistles. We want action. What do you mean by that, Renee? What do you mean by no more dog whistles? We want action. Just explain that. Yep. Denise is awesome. But here's the thing, is you've got level upon level of poor quality people. And they may be good neighbors. That doesn't mean they're fit for county government or local government. Around here, it's kind of like asking Hitler to fire a speechwriter. Oh, yeah. You've got Schebler, you've got Peach, Cole, Wright, Parker. They're either weak or they are just poor quality. You've got the school board, Karen Barber. You've got several others on the school board. No, where's the quality? There was way too much scrutiny for Dan to stay. He's being watched. Really? I don't know if I believe that. I'd like to believe that. Quitting the job doesn't protect you. Unless there was some kind of back-end deal. Administrators think about the next election where they could be removed. Yeah. Two-way social justice, pro-life things, both sides say to keep people satisfied while they do what they want. Well, yeah, that's business as usual. But you don't usually see that in this kind of local government unless you're in Chicago or in New York. But you have people in a spot, and you are just without any recourse. And you could say whatever you want. They're not going to answer to you. Yes, you do. Where do you that it? Huh? You do that where it starts? Is that what you're saying? Well, yeah, but if they're not going to listen to you, if you try to hold their feet to the fire and they just dismiss you, that's what they do. They just dismiss you. We haven't paid attention. That's why we're not. Yeah. Yeah. How do we get our federal government? They start local. Yes. But when you aren't looking at the local, look, that's how we got in this spot. The local government for the county is awful. Now, the city of Milton has been, with the current city council, has turned things around. That's good. You're seeing better things there. Outdoor podcast. Okay. We'll see what we can do. Dogs barking. Well, not on. Noise ordinance. I'm too loud. I am talking too loud before the noise ordinance is up. But look, the Schebler and the rest of these guys, how long do we wait before we demand Peach and Cole and go right behind him? Sam will tread water. But to get Sam to continue to do the right thing, which he did last time with this, he did do the right thing. But how long before we could get the rest of them out? The feds were in Panama City yesterday. Oh, good. I'm hoping Karen Barber's attention last night. She's working on Guardian program. She still insists that CRT isn't being taught. Well, we know that the propaganda is still up in the schools. Did anybody show up the pictures? I was going to bring pictures if I came and say, are these up in the school or have they been up in the school in Milton? Those that Shannon posted with the communist propaganda and the anti-car stuff. That's what needs to be asked. Yeah, I don't want to get arrested for noise ordinance or fined. Well, let's hope. I'd love to see a giant perp walk. Would you not? Would that be great to have a giant perp walk? Make you feel good, wouldn't it? Justice. 850-771-0049. All right. As COVID hospitalizations rise, so does the need for nurses. All 3 hospitals in Escambia County are looking to hire more nurses. We're experiencing a greater demand for nurses and support staff. We are actively recruiting nurses and other positions, are the words posted outside a local hospital. Nurses have gone through intense stress over the last year and a half as they handle the pandemic. COVID patients are treated, and nurses see the sad reality firsthand that not everyone gets cured to health. Some nurses have witnessed the loss of others' loved ones, and many nurses say they can't take it. Now, put the brakes on just a moment. Now, nurses are great. Nurses are great. I don't have a problem. And I know that they have a stress job. It's a stress job. But I want you to understand another couple reasons for the shortages. Here's why there are shortages in nurses. They suffer shortages in hiring just like everybody else. Does everybody have trouble staffing? Everyone has trouble staffing. Oh, sound of the men working on the chain gang. Oh, yeah. Earworm farmer. Not all nurses. Well, that's the other part. That was my next point, Donna. Thank you for stealing my thunder. Is when you as a hospital are requiring vaccinations for nurses that don't want it and doctors that don't want it, yes, you are going to be short-staffed. Mod on, man. Come on. When you require a vaccination to people that don't want it as a condition of employment, you are going to be short-staffed. It's not necessarily stress. It is being forced out. No, you're fine, Don. I was just tormenting you. I was getting there. But you see what's going on. Oh, the stress of caring for people dying from COVID. That's a very small percentage of it. They see people die all the time. This is about you having a unrealistic requirement for work. That is not even mentioned in the article. Not one time. Ascension Sacred Heart, they're the ones that started this locally with the nurses and the doctors and any kind of staff. That is why you are having an issue with staff. Here's the other part too. Yesterday's heroes are now being retaliated against. Yes. P&J hype. But here's another part. The vaccination does not protect you against the Delta. They've already announced that. It doesn't. Oh, it makes the symptoms lesser, but it doesn't protect you. There's people in the hospital right now that have the vaccine that's got COVID. Why work as a nurse when you go work retail or restaurant for almost the same pay and not have the same stress? Or the hours. This is not the first time nurses have been mandated to take a vaccine. Mandates for flu shots and Hep B have been in effect for years. Nurses are tired of the mandates to stay employed. Yes. I don't know. But they don't know. They don't know the law. Oh, it's safe. It's safe and effective. No. You've got no proof of that. I don't know. But that is where the problem is lying right now, my friends. Is that they are requiring this vaccination and the nurses don't want it. And everybody's having a hard time hiring. The schools. What retail pays the same? Well, some do. Some are paying very nice. All right. Where do I want to go first? The Escambia County School District needs more cafeteria workers to serve meals for the upcoming school year. Food Service Director Jelena Davis says that they're in desperate need for more than 50 new employees. There are openings at every level, from line staff to management. Some schools have as few as 2 food service workers in place. Davis also says that they may have to use satellite kitchens to prepare meals for several schools. Very good point, Donna. So, is it a high stress level to serve hash? They don't serve hash at the school. Is it? Are they seeing the effects of COVID? They're seeing all this, and it's too much stress. Is that the case for the public school? No. Now, I know that nurses don't get the glamour of wearing those hairnets. I know. But how is it that for one, it's the stress of the COVID, but the other, are not paying enough? What is it? The school's forcing employees to vaccinate. I don't know. There's a school bus driver shortage. Absolutely. But the school bus driver shortage has been going on for a while. At least 3 years. Well. Yeah, I don't know. But 850-771-0049. But you see what's going on. I hope that you are asking the right questions. Every time you see a story about, they can't get help because it's too much stress. No, that's not the case. Nurses have always had stress. That's why they do what they do. They're built for that. When classes start next week, the Escambia County School District will have 7 new principals And Santa Rosa County School District will have 3. Escambia County Schools will have 10 new assistant principals this year, while Santa Rosa schools will have 2. Both school boards have been appointing the new administrators throughout the summer. So you're getting some new principals. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? 850-771-0049. Donna says the word mandatory is where the problem is. They need to quit the push and I don't know. Help us in sight for you guys. I hope so. Supervisor conflicts, possibly. For who? For who, Brianne? Is that for the food workers? Is it for the principals? For the nurses? We talked about a lot of stuff. I, for one, do not need the government to tell me what I need to do. I'm not a stupid individual. No, you are not. Is it because of the restrictions that corporations are putting in place? What, the shortage of... Yes, a lot of it. But, push, sorry. Gotcha. The administrative staff is a waste of my tax dollars in the schools. Well, Karen Barber, yeah. That is a problem. All right. So you get it. You see it. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. A man was arrested Thursday afternoon after committing battery on a flight attendant on an incoming Pensacola International Airport flight. John Laucky, Loucky, 70 years old, was arrested on Thursday. Police say he committed minor battery on a flight attendant. Then, when confronted by police officers, he resisted arrest. Oops. According to a release from the airport, Laucky was given instruction by the flight attendants on board multiple times, but he refused to comply. The Federal Aviation Administration has a zero-tolerance policy for unruly behavior on board an aircraft. FAA level various fines in regard to their policy, which includes $10,000 for not listening to and interfering with crew members. That's a lot. And $30,000 fine for assaulting a crew member or fellow passenger. Oh, Joey. That's wrong. That's wrong. Don't abuse your flight attendants. Don't do it. They don't like that. Let's see here. A new survey carried out by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Let me find the picture here, because this is interesting. That's a deer, white-tailed deer. They've detected antibodies for SARS-CoV-2 in wild deer populations in 4 states, meaning that the deer contracted coronavirus in the wild and fought off the infection. Nice. Previous studies have shown that white-tailed deer are susceptible to SARS-CoV-2 infection and can spread that virus to other deer in laboratory settings, reports Nature's Smriti Malapati. Until now, it was unknown if infections between deer in the wild were occurring. Mink are the only animals to have contracted the virus in the wild. However, cats, dogs, otters, lions, snow leopard, gorillas, and tigers have all tested positive for the virus in captivity. Orangutans. To see if infections were occurring in deer, scientists obtained both pre-pandemic and post-pandemic blood samples from 624 deer located in Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, per National Geographic. After analyzing 385 blood samples collected between January and March 2021, 40% of 152 wild deer had antibodies for SARS. Michigan saw the highest percentage of deer printed with the antibodies. 67% out of the 113 samples, 3 wild deer blood samples from January 2020, when the virus was just beginning to spread in the U.S., also contained antibodies. Given the percentage of samples in the study that had detectable antibodies, as well as the high numbers of the white-tailed deer throughout the United States, their close contact with people. Are you social distancing from deer? You're not? You have them over for dinner? You have them over for parties? The close interaction, I want to read it again. It's an interesting statement. Their close contact with people. It is likely that the deer in other states have been exposed to the virus. It's the herd immunity. Good call there, Ramona. How many deer have you had close contact with? Are you having them over for coffee, barbecues, birthday parties, anything? Are they getting it from public places in restaurants and venues like that? That is the dumbest. The deer are, deer stay away from human beings because, number one, in places like Santa Rosa County, you're going to shoot them. And Michigan the same way. Lots of hunters in Michigan. They're not pets. They are not pets. So from close contact, maybe they went to the splash pad. Maybe the deer were at the splash pad. But from close contact with humans, touching surfaces, do you see how dumb this statement is? Boy. Could it be bats? I don't know. As other cities weigh following New York's lead in requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination for certain activities, critics on the right and left are questioning the fairness and efficacy of such policies as a way to overcome entrenched vaccine hesitancy in some segments of the population. The rapid spread of the Delta variant, they can't test for Delta variant. It's a COVID test. They can't test for the Delta variant. The rapid spread of the Delta variant across the U.S. has lent urgency to push to convince reluctant Americans to get vaccinated. The new data suggests that those who are vaccinated might transmit the Delta variant easily if infected, but the vaccine still greatly reduces the risk of contracting the virus or suffering serious symptoms. Now, let's mull this a little bit. Altai says the deer get it from fleas and mosquitoes, ticks. All right. Listen to the statement. They're wanting you to require proof of vaccination to get into venues like gyms or restaurants or whatever. But they say here in this very statement that they still can transmit and contract the virus, but it's less symptoms. So what good does showing the card do? I'm vaccinated. So what? You can still transmit it and you can still get it. Why is it you have to show that pass to get into a restaurant or a gym if you're still susceptible? And you can still spread it. What purpose is there? What purpose is there in this? It's not about the virus. It's never been about the virus. If you're unvaccinated, you'll not be able to participate in many things, said de Blasio on Tuesday. It's time for people to see vaccination as necessary to living a good, full, and healthy life. Around the country, protests are popping up with people pushing back against such ideas and mandates. One chief complaint is that the vaccine doesn't even have full authorization by the Food and Drug Administration. That's coming. They're going to do that. TV host Dr. Drew, I like Dr. Drew. He said in a tweet, compared it to modern-day segregation, since just a little more than 28% of the black community have received the vaccine. That's according to the latest figures released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Boston Mayor Kim Janey likened the vaccine to the history of forcing people to show their papers. It's feeding stations. Brienne says, like the vaccine is a Delta variant. They're shedding from getting it. I don't know what that means. All right. Yep. What else? What FDA approved that should make everyone more concerned? Oh, when it's FDA, yeah. But they're going to do that. So you take away your argument. Healthy? They don't know how. I know. Safe and effective. It's safe and effective. Now, listen to this. My eye is twitching. Listen to this. They are now. I lost it. They are now fighting and wanting insurance companies to raise your rates if you're unvaccinated. What? Yeah. They are wanting the insurance companies to raise your rates if you are unvaccinated. That is the danger, my friends, of government-controlled healthcare. Give them a pack of rolling papers. Yeah, no doubt. I don't have a problem with people that want to get it. Get it. Twitching eye is a symptom of a recent vaccination. Nope. Unless they did it to me in my sleep. But can you believe they're wanting to raise your insurance costs if you don't have the vaccine? Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. CNN terminated 3 workers after learning that they were coming into the office unvaccinated. In the past week, we've been made aware of 3 employees who were coming into the office unvaccinated. All 3 have been terminated. Let me be clear. We have a zero tolerance policy on this, said CNN President Jeff Zucker. You need to be vaccinated to come into the office, and you need to be vaccinated to work in the field with other employees, regardless of whether you're in an office or not, period. Thus far, we've left proof of vaccination to an honor system. Well, how did you know that they were unvaccinated if you left it to an honor system? Well, we've asked for attestation to your status via pass card. It's not been mandatory to produce your vaccine card, Zucker said in the memo. We expect that in the weeks ahead, showing proof of vaccination may become a formal part of the Warner Media pass card process. Yeah. Internment camps coming for unvaccinated people. It starts with locking you in your house again. Trump knew what he was doing when he pulled the U.S. from the WHO. Oh, yeah. People. This is going on. This is weird. Now, this is Friday. I want to share some weird stories with you. This shows you how evolution isn't a thing. All right. 2 men were struck and killed by a Lynx Blue Line light rail train on Tuesday morning in South Charlotte. They were conducting a memorial for their brother who was struck and killed in the same spot last week. Officers said that Pablo Tequirium, US, 29, and Jose Tequirium, US, 20, were walking north on the southbound tracks just after 5 a.m. on Tuesday when they were struck by the train. They were dead at the scene. Police said the 2 men had been conducting a memorial for their brother 27-year-old Baltazar U.S. or us, who was killed in the same location on July 26th when he reportedly drove around the crossing arm onto the path of an oncoming train. Whoa. Wow. Dumb people. San Francisco Police Department. Oh, this is wild. Check this out. San Francisco Police Department posted a photo of a woman hanging out of a passenger seat of a speeding Cadillac. Now, how do you know that's not a transgender person? You can't see their facial hair. She does have fake eyelashes. You don't know if that's a man or a woman. So how dare you say it's a woman hanging out the window with an AR? During an illegal exhibition of speed event at Barnfield and McKinnon, a passenger leaned out of a caddy holding an AK-47. The vehicle was finally tracked down and seized on Wednesday. Wow. This is kind of road warrior stuff. Pretty wild. Yeah. And who was she after? Who was she going to be shooting at? I don't know. Just crazy. The whole world has gone bananas. It is a thing. I don't want to do that. Yes, there was a Athens, Alabama firefighters rescued a woman last night who was swimming inside a 70-foot high water tank filled with 350,000 gallons of water. The woman broke into the fence barrier and climbed the ladder to the top of a tank on Elm Street. They saw her and they contacted authorities. Police, firefighters, and water department personnel responded. They had to coax her and hoist her out with a strap. They have taken her in for mental evaluation. You think? Oy vey. Oh, so Lynn posted his own video from last night. All right, perfect. The city of Denver spends twice as much on homeless people per person as it does on K through 12 public school students. The spending crushes the Veterans Affairs budget in the state. For comparison, the city reportedly spends between $41,679 and $104,201 for each person experiencing homelessness in a year, while only $19,202 on each K through 12 public school student over the same period of time. The amount spent on each homeless person in the area is comparable to the average income of area residents. The average rent for a person living in the area is $21,156 per year, and the median per capita income is $45,000. So they're spending between $41,679 and $104,000 on each homeless person in Denver. Wise, you want those people in charge of your checkbook? I think not. Yes, it could build them a very nice house. All right, let's get to this, and then I got some video to show you. Andrew Cuomo was dealt another damaging blow after a major Democratic fundraising platform booted him on Thursday. As of Thursday afternoon, Act Blue removed pages from their website meant to raise funds for Cuomo's election. You have attempted to make a contribution to a fundraising page that has no active recipients. Either the page's owner has removed all committees or organizations from the page, or we have concluded processing contributions for these committees or organizations have come to an end. Act Blue also confirmed an email to Axios that they would no longer be collecting donations for Cuomo. How long does he last? How long does he last? All right, let's get to this. This happened This is in Pennsylvania at a school board meeting. All right. Anita Edgarian made headlines this week after she rallied against her school district over concerns about critical race theory. And now the school board president is facing calls to resign after he cut off the questioning. Here is this. You've got to see this. If you've not already, pay attention. The woman is down here in the lower left.
Revolution. My motherland has been ravaged by communism, and I left the Islamic country that was hunting us down. But sitting through a board meeting that was divided up, this right against CRT, that side for CRT, was complete nightmare. I sent my kids to study mathematics, literature, history, and I want them to study every kind of history because that's how I am. My house, actually, as a matter of fact, is known as the International House of Pancakes. You know why? Because my kids' best friends are Black, Brazilian, Mexican, Muslim, Australian, English, white, purple, black. What are we doing to each other? And sir, you did a great job for 12 years, but you're leaving a mess. You have brought division to us. This is not the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be going to college.
Anita, you're at time.
No.
Yes, you are.
Because for 12 years you made a mess, and you didn't even have the guts to tell you were the chair of the board. And you stood there, you said it.
This is an aggressive move. Watch this.
To our teachers. And if not, what? And if not, what?
What? Wow. Look at him. He is using his physical form to kind of push her until the cop gets there. What in the world? Look at that. He came down and shut off her microphone and pulled it away from her. And then used his body to intimidate her. That's what we're coming to. That's what we're coming to. All right, kids, it's the weekend. Enjoy. Weather should be pretty good. Yeah, it's abridgment of rights. Absolutely. Get out, enjoy the weather. Trim your hedges. That's what I'm doing. Got to get it done. All right. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Like the video, share the video, tell others. Monday, we will go through that video from the meeting last night with Karen Barber. We'll see what happens. All right. And we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Gulf Coast Guns for for sponsoring us. God bless them. GulfCoastGun.com. Check them out. Love on them. Tell them that you saw it here on Sunrise Santa Rosa, and we appreciate them very, very much. Thank you so much. Stay strong.